friends, happy Sunday. I'm joining you here with coffee in hand as a reward for completing my Sunday ritual. I made myself here a pumpkin spice latte with an espresso pods, and for the creamer, I used Starbucks non-dairy pumpkin spice, and it's absolutely delicious. I just sat down with my coffee after finishing up my Sunday ritual, and honestly, this has to be my favorite part. That little reward after everything feels calm and reset. So I thought this would be the perfect time to introduce a new series that I am calling The Sunday Ritual. Every week, I will take you through a small list of things that I will be doing to reset, reflect, and set the tone for the week ahead. It's not about being perfect or getting everything done, but instead creating a rhythm that feels grounding and intentional. This series, The Sunday Ritual, kind of just feels like my own reset day. Nothing perfect or over the top. These are just small things I do to make myself feel calmer and prepare myself for the week ahead. Think planning, tidying, cozy rituals, and time for yourself. All the things that make Sunday feel like a fresh start. To me, Sundays are the get your life together day where you prepare for the week ahead. I make a list of all the chores and all the things that I could not get to this week. I typically spend my Sundays at home and don't really like to have many errands to run, so I make the most of being at home and complete as many chores as I can. So let's dive into what this Sunday's reset looked like. This week felt a little different because we've been preparing for visitors, and honestly, that always shifts how I move through the house. There's something about knowing people are coming over that makes me want to create a clean, inviting space, not just for them, but also for us. It's like an excuse to hit refresh in all the little corners that I might otherwise overlook during the week. So first thing in the morning, as soon as we got up, I stripped the bed completely and threw all the sheets into the laundry. I love doing this at the start of the day because it kind of sets the tone, like I've already completed a big task before my morning coffee. After that, I took my time remaking the bed. Since it's still warm here at the end of August, I decided to pull out the soft cotton block printed set that we brought home from our trip to Jaipur in India. They're light and breathable, perfect for this in-between season where the days are still hot, but the evenings are starting to cool down just a little. We visited Anoki, which is a textile workshop in Jaipur, and everything is made by hand. We actually got to watch the artisans at work, and the patience and the precision it takes to line up each of these blocks perfectly. It's really an art form. We even had the chance to try block printing ourselves, and let's just say it gave me a whole new appreciation for the craft. For me, making the bed isn't just a chore, it's a ritual. It's the first thing I check off my list, and it always makes me feel like the day has started off on the right foot. I also think of it this way. The bed is the biggest piece of furniture in your bedroom. It's the thing your eyes are drawn to immediately when you walk in. So when it's messy, the whole room feels chaotic. But when the bed is neat, when the sheets are fresh and the surface is clear of any clutter, suddenly the space feels calmer, lighter, and more welcoming. It's such a small shift, but it changes the energy completely. So yes, it might look like just pulling up some sheets and fluffing some pillows, but in my mind, it's the very first layer of creating a home that feels good to live in. And that to me is worth the extra few minutes. After I was done making the bed in our bedroom, I then headed down to our guest bedroom in the basement to do the very same thing yet again. As I mentioned earlier, we have guests coming in to stay with us over the next few weeks, and I wanted the bed there to be extra comfortable. Similar to the upstairs bedroom, I stripped off all the sheets, threw them in the laundry, and then went on to use some of our finest. I remade the bed with similar sheets, also block printed in Jaipur. We have also adorned the walls of this bedroom with different paintings and sketches from our visit to Jaipur. And so having these sheets on the bed only felt perfect. That now makes two things I can check off my list. One being changing the sheets on all the beds in the house, and two, putting on a load of laundry. Next on my Sunday list was the kitchen, which in this season of life feels like it always needs a little extra love. I started by emptying the dishwasher. Honestly, it's one of those chores I used to put off, but now I've reframed it as a small reset moment. Clearing out the clean dishes first thing in the morning means the sink stays open for the rest of the day, and it saves me from feeling like I'm constantly battling piles of plates and cups. It's such a small shift, but it really makes a difference in how the whole kitchen feels. Once that's done, I turn my attention to baby bottles. If you know, you know, the bottle rotation is non-stop. Making sure we have enough clean and ready to go has become one of the quiet cornerstones of my routine. I load them into the washer, set it for a cycle, and then there's this oddly satisfying feeling of knowing I don't have to scramble later. It might look like just another chore, but I've started to see these little tasks as tiny acts of care, not just for Taran, my baby, but also for myself. When I stay on top of the basics like clean bottles or a clean kitchen counter, I give my future self a calmer day. It's like leaving behind small breadcrumbs of peace for the version of me who will be tired later or juggling 3 things at once. And maybe that's the heart of a reset ritual. It's less about having a perfectly clean house and more about choosing the handful of tasks that give you the most breathing room for the week ahead. For me in this season, that includes bottles. For you, it might be something completely different, but finding those anchor points, those tasks that makes everything else run smoother is what makes a reset day feel so grounding. Hello friends, thank you for joining me on this video here today. I'm working on my Sunday ritual, which today is actually a Saturday, but since it's the long weekend, the Labor Day long weekend, we plan on getting away perhaps tomorrow on a short road trip, and so I won't be able to get a lot of this work here done, my chores at home, and so I'm making an effort to get on top of everything today. It's currently 4 p.m. and I thought I would just come on and talk about what I've managed to get done over the day. I can't believe the day has flown by. It feels like we just got started on chores, we as in my husband Jason and I. So of course this morning we woke up and made the bed. I had to change the bed sheets in our bedroom and as well as the guest bedroom. Jason's parents, my in-laws, will be visiting from Scotland in a couple of days, and so I just wanted to prep the room and make sure everything was nice. We've been doing so much laundry throughout the day, from bedding to towels to our clothes. It's been a day of nonstop laundry. I'm just settling down here to fold yet another load of laundry. And after that, I'm hoping to give all the surfaces a quick clean. Jason's been working out in the yard. I've been working in the kitchen, wiping down all counters, making room in the fridge for groceries, which we just got delivered through Instacart. So things are happening. I'll check in soon after. After finishing up in the kitchen, I decided to step outside for a little reset. Just a short wander around our backyard garden always does wonders for me. The fresh air, the greenery, even just a few quiet moments with my feet on the grass. It's such a simple way to pause, ground myself, and come back into the rest of the day with more presence. Once I feel a little bit more recharged, I came back inside and turned my attention to baking. We had a bunch of bananas that had ripened just right, so I whipped up a batch of banana muffins. Baking has always felt like a cozy, creative reset for me, and there's something about filling the house with the smell of something warm in the oven that makes a Sunday feel complete. While the muffins baked, I made myself a fresh pumpkin spice latte and finally sat down to enjoy the moment. It felt like such a reward after checking off the reset tasks on my list. And that wraps up this Sunday ritual, a slow, intentional way to prepare for the week ahead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along for more cozy resets, slow living inspiration, and everyday moments of wonder. Until next time, I hope your Sunday brings you exactly what you need.